Hi, my name is Anmol Subani, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science from St. Martin's Engineering College. Today we are going to discuss about the topic called OSI reference model. Before coming into the OSI reference model, let us check about the what is computer network. A computer network is about a collection of interconnected devices. These collection of interconnected devices are like as printers, hardware and software and other components of the resources which are related for the computer. Let us say about the computer networks, we want to send a data packet from one system to the other system. It means we require some certain kind of connection between the sender and the receiver. Let us say a sender A wants to send a data to the receiver B. Receiver B. Sender A wants to send a data to the receiver B. Now the receiver will get a data from sender, but before that we require a connection. A connection should be established between a sender and the receiver, because the sender is sending a data. A sender is sending the data to the other computer. Here a sender A and receiver B are both are the computers which we are connecting through a physical medium. It may be a wired or wireless. We are sending a data or we are sending a message from one machine to the other machine. Here the connection, yes, the receiver and the sender vice versa, they are transmitting the data between those two computers by making a connection establishment. But whether the receiver B, which the data is received on the receiver side, whether it is readable or not, how we will be knowing it? It means there should be a proper communication. There should be a proper communication. It has to be happened on the both these sides. So to make the proper communication, what we required a protocol. We required a protocol. The protocol has to be available on both sender machine and receiver machine. Protocol is about a set of instructions. A protocol is about a set of instructions or the rules which are passed on the machines, to transfer the data, so that the machine will identify, yes, the message is coming from so and so source to the so and so destination. Here let us take an example, other example. As a human being, I have made a telephone call to the other person, which I know the Telugu language, the other person knows about the Marathi language. See, the other side person can understand what I am speaking, but he cannot say that whether in Telugu, right? So what we do here, there should be a proper translation has to be happened. The receiver is, the other hand, the other side person is able to understand whatever I am speaking, but unable to communicate in the same way. How do I communicate? So for that kind of thing, we require a translation that we are calling here it as a protocol. Why we are saying about this protocol and the sender and the receiver mission, as our computer networks are dealing with the client and server. The client and server will communicate between each other and transmit the data from one mission to the other mission, or multiple computers or the multiple devices that are connected. Now, the topic is about the OSI reference model. In this OSI reference model, there are plenty of layers that are existing on the OSI reference model. There are several models. First of all, we'll see about what is OSI. The OSI is about Open System Interconnect. The OSI is about Open System Interconnect, where it provides a open mechanism to connect from one mission to the other mission. From one mission to the other mission, right? The open system interconnect model, which is developed by the international standard organizations in late 1970s. In late 1970s, international standard organizations has developed an open systems interconnect. Why they have developed? The open system connection, or the open system interconnect, or OSI, this has been divided into 7 layers. Each of the layer will be having their own functionality. So to send one message to send a proper communication from one mission to the other mission. Let us take an example. We are using an application called a web page. In that web page is like kind of an application, right? The application, we are entering a information. That information is traveling through a physical medium. Through physical medium to the other mission, it should be a capable of accessing of same kind of application. So that the protocols that we have discussed earlier, it's a set of rules that has to be passed on the each of the layer to transmit the data from one mission to the other mission. As the open system interconnect, it's a model where the components of a network will communicate and the data will be transmitted. Right. And open system means openly the non-proprietary methods will be used and distributed from one mission to the other mission. Right. From one mission to other mission, the communication will happens, and from this, the system which it is, all the layers, the 7 layers that are existing on the open system interconnection is to describe about how the data flows from one computer through the other computer. And the OSI model is about to provide the tasks which are performed on the network with the smaller tasks or the 7 sub tasks that will be provided and manageable on the task that has been assigned on the each of the 7 OSI layers. Each layer will be having a self-contained component where this self-contained component will function with the different kind of layers. Here the 7 layers, the layers of the OSI models will follow from the application to the physical layer. All these are 7 layers, where these 7 layers, the starting layer is about the application layer, presentation layer, then after follows session layer, transport layer, and network layer, data link layer, physical layer. Each layer is having their own functionality to transmit the data from one layer to the other layer. Right. Here there are some kind of mnemonics that has been performed on the 7 OSI layer to easily understand and to remembrance of usage of the operating system where the data process is happening. Here all people seems to need to data processing. Please do not tell secret passwords anytime. These are the mnemonics that can be identified and be used for the OSI model. This is how the communication will happen between one mission to the other mission. Let us take, this is a sender side, this is a source mission, there is a destination mission. Source mission A wants to communicate and transfer the data and want to transfer some kind of resources to the destination B. Here the process will start from application onwards to the presentation layer and session layer, transport layer, network layer. From here, the application layer, the data which the users are interacting to the application layer and wants to send some kind of information to the mission or destination mission B. So it will follow of all the layers, it will communicate with all the layers and provide some kind of functionality and uses the protocols and instruct each of the layer to transmit the data which the source mission is transmitting to the source destination mission D. Here an application has been started on the source mission A. In the source mission A, it is following with all the functionalities, whereas coming for the physical layer, the physical layer is the most important layer to communicate on the destination mission. Here, why it is more important? Because whatever the information that is flowing from all the 7 layers of a source mission A, that same message has to be available and displayed on the destination mission B. So the physical layer maintains all the information and connects to the physical layer of the destination mission, where it will check with the physical medium of the physical address of the mission to flow and to transmit the data. The physical layer is the first layer or the top lower layer of the OSI reference model. Here the OSI reference model says about the physical layer to get the data from a data link layer or the message from the data link layer, which it will converts into the different or bit stream format. It will convert the whatever the data frames that are coming from the upper layer, from upper layer to the lower layer. The frames will be coming from the data layer. The data layer will gives to the physical layer. The physical layer is the origin of converting the all the frames into bit format, and it will deal with of bits and which are zeros and ones. It will transmit to the other side, like other machine, which the data is connected, which the machine is connected to the network. The network will flows the zeros and ones, which can be read and understand by the machines, so that the other hand side of the destination machine will understand the same kind of zeros and ones, and data will be following it. Here the physical layer is about understanding about the data frames which are converting to zeros and ones, and these data frames are converting zeros and ones. The zeros and ones will be transferred through a signal. It will be transferred through a signal, where the signal, here see over here, from the data link layer we are getting some kind of data frames. Those data frames will be converted under the physical layer. Under this physical layer, the data frames will be converted into zeros and ones. It will travel through a transmission medium. It will travel through a transmission medium. Through transmission medium, the same kind of data message which has been given from the upper layer will be transmitted to the physical layer, right, on the other side mission. Here the transmission mission, this transmission mission may be wired or wireless. It may be connected to a wire, it may be connected to a Wi-Fi, or it may be connected to a repeater or the router, but the transmission will be happening, the electronical and mechanical signals will be formed into a zeros and ones, and it will travel from physical medium to the destination mission on a network. Right, there are some functionalities that are existing under the physical layer. The functionalities are about the bit representation, the functions of physical layer, bit representation, which provides the data frames into the, to encode those data frames into zeros and ones, and the transmission rate. The transmission rate, the bits that are traveling from physical layer to the transmission medium to the other hand side of the transmission physical layer, it will check on what flow the data bits are transferring. And the other is synchronizing, whether the sender has sent the message in a proper way, and the receiver is receiving all the messages or all the bits that are traveling from physical layer is not, it will synchronize and checks about on what particular bit rate the data transmission is happening. And the next one is about line configuration. On the both the sides, it will check about point to point services, whether it is happening or not. And the transmission mode, there are several transmission modes that are existing in the physical layer, which is simplex, off duplex, and full duplex. Simplex physical medium says about it is a unidirectional. It is about a unidirectional. Let us take an example of physical layer of a simplex mode. The transmission modes under physical layer are, one is simplex. The simplex mode says about it is a unidirectional. Let us say a mission A and mission B. Mission A and mission B mission A wants to send a message to the mission B. Right. In one direction itself, like unidirection is about in one direction the communication will happen. Whereas for the off duplex, the off duplex is a mechanism of a bidirectional communication between two connected systems, two connected computers. Here A will be sending to B and B also will be sending to A. The message will be traveled from mission A to the mission B in bidirectional way. But there is a small thing over here compared to the full duplex. At the same time, mission A and mission B cannot communicate each other. The mission A should wait unless the message has been sent from mission A to reach by mission B, right? And the next one is about full duplex. The full duplex transmission mode says about the mission A and mission B can travel or send the data at the same time. At the same time, both the data of communication can happen from mission A and mission B. Right. This is about transmission mode of physical layer. Right. There are some kind of topology that has been used under the physical layer: bus topology, mesh topology, star topology. We know about the topologies. The topologies will be transmitting the data from different kind of regions. Right. This is about the physical layer. Coming to the data link layer. The data link layer is responsible for traveling and to check the error-free transferring the data, which will happen on the network. It is responsible of delivering the data between the two systems that are connected on a particular network. The main functionalities that are existing under the data link layer is about framing. Framing in the sense which divides all the data into particular. Let us say this is a frame which a data is divided into different kind of chunks, where each of the data frame will consist of the header and the trailer. Right. And the physical addressing is other kind of functionality where it will adds a header on the destination side to take or to collect the data from the other destination mission, and to identify the sender is sending a message. It will address a physical address of a computer or the mission where the network is passing on, and most possibly it will be dealt with the MAC address, right? And the other one is about flow control. The flow control says about the rate or the data which is passing from one data packet has been sent from the mission. That is how it is flowing, whether it is flowing with all kind of data or else any errors that are existing on it, right? This is how the MAC address, here the MAC address of a computer can be checked on the mission of our mission with the physical address. This physical address will be traveled through a physical medium from the physical layer. The data frames which are sending from the data link layer to the physical layer, those physical layer will be identified with the MAC access control, the medium access control. Through medium access control, it will identify the mission, the sender mission of a physical address, and also identifies the destination physical address. Like both will be communicating through a signaling with electronical signaling, and then it will transmit the data. It will flows. The data will be flowing from data link layer. The data link layer will send the frames. The frames will be turned into the bit stream, like it converts into bits by the physical layer. Then the physical layer will be sending through a physical medium. In this data link layer, framing is the concept where all the frames will be provided with the bits, with the zeros and ones, and the physical address will be identified on both the sides of the destination mission and the source mission, and it will flow the data in a lesser rate of a time. The data packages will be flown. It will identify the medium access control of both the missions and checks the physical address and finding out the physical address, it will transfer the data. Right. The other functionality of a data link layer is about error control. It detects and checks whether any errors, the data is coming from the upper layer of the data link layer. It may be coming from the network layer or the transport layer. The transport layer has been sent one of the packet, or it has sent with the sequence of the data. Whether all the data has been received or not, any error corruptions has been existing on it, it will be identified by the error control. And access control, where more number of devices has been connected on the same link. It checks whether all the computers or all the machines, whether it's connected on the same physical medium or the same link or not. This is about the data link layer. You can identify in the picture that the data link layer is sending a data from the network layer. It is getting a message, a packet is coming from the network layer. From the network layer, the packets are turning into the data frame. Those data frame will be consisting of the header frame and the trailer frame. In the data link layer, there will be also a header address of the physical address of the next or the connected system, where the access control comes over here, whether it is connected on the same link or not. Right here, there will be a header. In that header, there will be a first machine address and the second machine address on the other hand side. Right, this is how the data will flow from the data link layer to the physical layer. And the other layer is about the network layer. The network layer says about the responsibility of delivering all kind of messages that has been traveled from transport layer. Here, it is responsible for delivering packets across the networks. If two systems are connected, on the same link, there is no requirement to check whether new link has to be added or new functionality has to be added. If there are multiple networks or multiple devices that are connected to a system, right, there are multiple networks that will be connected. For example, take an example of our laptop. The laptop may be connected through on the same link or else in the different kind of links, right, different kind of channels that will be connecting. So whether the data that has been sent from a machine is correctly going to the destination or not, will checks by the network layer. This network layer will be identifies whether the data is flowing correctly or not. And then the network layer also is specifically checks the router, whether it routes the correct path, whether it is checking whether it is going for the correct path or not. The destination, the source has been sent a message whether it is reaching to the correct path, or means it is like as a GPS. The network layer is like a GPS. It will identify and locate where the destination mission is existing. Right. By comparing and by continuing with all these physical layer and data link layer, what the network layer will do, it will check the functionality of whether the data packet is going to reside on the destination mission or not. Right. There is some functionalities under the network layer, where it will identifies the address of a address of other machine, whether it is consisting of an IP address or not. It will be a logical address of each of the machine which are connected. Yes, the main functionality of this is about routing, where the independent networks has been connected. A large number of networks has been connected, and the data packets or the message has to travel and as to the destination mission. So it checks whether it is going on the correct router, whether the direction is in the correct way, all the message has been sent or not, and also checks the router packets at the final destination, whether it has been reached or not. The network layer is also responsible of delivery of the individual packets, whether it has been recognized on the network or not. And it will check about the relation between the network, whether the data packets are traveled accordingly to the bit rate or the flow control is happening or not. In the network layer, it also checks about the whether any corrupted data that is existing on the while flowing the data transmission. Here from the transport layer, the transport layer will send a data packet. The data packets will be having the address of the destination as in the header, the front end and the last end of the data packet will be finding out the address of the next mission, next network, whether the same kind of physical IP address. There will be a logical IP address will be suited on the both kind of missions, and IP address will be identified by the network layer. Why IP address is required over here? Because it comes under the TCP IP connection. The data is flowing from one machine to the other machine through a network. So while we traveling the data, here the IP address, the logical address of a mission, the logical address of a mission will be identified through these IP addresses. The data packet will be sent. The next topic is about let us conclude or summarize about the OSI models. There are 7 layers that are existing from top to bottom or bottom to top. These OSI models will work on it. All these OSI models will be functioning with the network interface card and operating systems and network hardwares. All together they are connected with the physical medium, whether the physical medium is about twisted pairs or wireless cables. These OSI models, let us talk about the application layer. The application layer says about the application which is at the user end. Always the users will interact from the application layer. The user is sending a message or else he is open a Gmail application. The same kind of Gmail application has to be available on the destination mission. Here the user may be using a web pages. The web pages are nothing but Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox and Internet Explorer. All these together will function on a protocol mechanism. There will be a protocol called HTTP protocol. Those HTTP protocol will be sending the data from one machine to the other machine by making a port number 80. That should be available on the destination mission. Here MS Access or Outlook, Skype are some kind of examples that can be dealt by the application layer. From the application layer, it goes to the presentation layer. Let us take a presentation layer. Presentation layer is about to compress the data, to manage the data and to encrypt the data. It provides a secure mechanism of the data where it is taken. Let us take an example over here. We are ordering some kind of thing from the online transactions online. Now we are doing some kind of transactions. The transaction has to be encrypted. It has to be kept in a secure mechanism. Right. This is how the presentation layer will be encrypting the data to transfer the information from one layer to the other layer. Coming to the session layer, the session layer says about it establishes and manages the connection. It will provide a session. It also says about authentication authorization should be given on the session layer. The next layer is about transport layer. It divides all the data into the different kind of segmentations. Each data unit will be given a sequence number. With the sequence number, it will be providing a port number to transmit the data. And the next coming for the network layer. The network layer will be identifies the IP addresses where the logical address will be identified with the address resource protocols. The address resource protocols will identify and sends the IP data packets. And coming to the data link layer, in this data link layer, there are two kind of sub layers. One is medium access control and logical control. Both of this medium access control and logical link control will find out error-free connection. I would like to summarize the functions of the OSI layers. As OSI layers is in 7 layers. It starts from the application layer to the physical layer or physical layer to the application layer, where the application layer will allows all the network accesses. It means it deals with the application issues on the missions to travel. And whereas the presentation layer will translate all the data in encrypted format and it will compress the data to travel from one mission to the other mission. And session layer is used to establish a connection and checks whether what kind of packets or how the data is flowing, and it will manages and terminates. Once the data packet has been sent, the session layer will terminate that session and creates a new session to send the new message. And transport layer is very much important in the OSI layer or the computer networks. The transport layer is very much reliable. It will check whether the data package is sent or not. There are two protocols that are existing on transport layer. One is TCP protocol, other one is UDP protocol. The TCP protocol checks with the connection oriented and UDP protocol is with the connectionless, where the connectionless protocol is says about faster management. Network layer deals with the packets from the source to destination, and data link layer organizations from the bits to the frames to the bits, and physically transmit the physical medium with the electronic bits. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Thank you all.